So access the replay. So welcome to this training. We are going to talk about how to stand out online, and why this is so important is because there is absolutely no barrier for anyone to go online, put up a bio, claim to be an expert, and sell and do exactly what you do. Absolutely zero barrier or entry level. And with that comes a lot of noise, and with that comes saturation in the market that we are in. But you're not only competing against your own people, the ones that are doing the same thing as you are doing, you're also competing to whatever is happening online, whatever is happening in the with the celebrities, what is happening in the world, what is right now happening in the US, for an example, what is happening in Ukraine, all these kind of things. You're also competing against those kind of things. And funny cats and dogs, all these funny, cute cats and dogs, and funny babies, and the latest trends, and amazing family photos, and amazing travel pictures, all these kind of things. That is what you're competing against for visibility. And it can be really hard to stand out, and it feels like we are the world's best kept secret, that we can't kind of get a break. We can't break through the noise barrier that is online. Okay, so that is why I have put together this this workshop with this masterclass, and we are gonna have about 1.5 hour working our way through this, and you're going to have a lot of things that you can take action on right away after this masterclass. Okay, and I do have slide deck, so you can actually be able to take pictures, so you have the slide deck as well to have like notes. But I do encourage you have pen and paper, because this is actionable step. This is not a fluff workshop. This is actionable step that you can take action on. And for you who don't know me, my name is Angela. I'm a business growth strategist, and I help my clients get more clients by doing disruptive marketing, host live converting events, and have a group offer. So we can actually scale without the need of a huge audience. And that is one thing that I'm going to talk about today, because a lot of coaches, a lot of strategies out there, you're kind of depending on a huge audience. But the way we build audience, and I'm going to share everything about it, an audience that actually makes sense, then you're not in need of a large audience. You can have a really small targeted audience, and it's way simpler. It's way simpler, and it's needed today, because there is too much noise. The copy and paste that have happened online is brutal, because you can almost see all the posts, and you can remove the names and it looks almost the same. Okay, so it's kind of the copy and paste mentality, and there is even copy and paste strategies taught out there, right? Take my 365 posts and go viral or whatever. But the problem with that is that if you feel like you can't stand out online, how can you stand out online by doing what everybody else is doing? Yeah, that is the fact, that you can't, right? So that is what this workshop is going to be all about. And I'm going to go through so you can actually work your way through this. And since you have the replay, you can go back and you can rewatch. Okay, so I do have a slide deck, so I am going to make sure that we share it like this. So we are the right slide deck, and I am going to close my video camera, so I am not usually my head ends up somewhere in the text. So I'm gonna make sure we don't have we have that in the text. So stand out online in a saturated market, that is what this is all going to be about. And first, I wanted to touch a little bit about the difference between lead generation and marketing. And lead generation, I want you to think about that as a one-time transaction. So it's kind of picking a fruit from a tree. You get an email address, and you give away a freebie or some kind, or you get an email address and they join your group or something. It's a one-time transaction. Marketing in itself, that is brand building. That is when we kind of plant a tree and grow a tree that we can pick those lead generation fruits from for a very long time. And that is what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on marketing, because if you only focus on lead generation, that is kind of short-sighted, because you are going to hustle for leads. You're going to hustle for leads, and you can see it online. It's almost like people are desperate for leads, and they forget all about building their brand online to go from being this 1 in a million to the category of one, and be the person that people think about when they think about a specific problem or a specific outcome. Okay. So today it's all about marketing. I really want you to understand the difference between lead generation and marketing. So the next thing I really want to encourage you to do before this training is, and before you go online or before you craft your content for your marketing, is to have this inner mindset shift. I want you to shift your mindset from being a follower to a leader. You need to stop this copy and paste thing that is going on, and you stop using, even if you download 20 viral posts, take those 20 viral posts and make them yours. Put you inside this post, because otherwise you will never ever stand out. You cannot stand out by doing what everybody else is doing. And that is an energy that needs to be shifted, that you need to say to yourself that I am not a follower. I am a leader. I am going to lead. I am going to take whatever is out there that is aligned with what I do, but I need to turn it into mine. And I am going to be the leader of that. I mean, I am not the inventor of doing live launches, right? But I have taken what I worked and what I have worked for me and my client, and I have turned it into mine. So it's an energy shift. It's a mindset shift. And we kind of need to dare to interrupt the market, because the market sees the same thing over and over and over again, which means you just scroll past those kind of posts that is everywhere, okay? Which means you need to dare to interrupt, because it's not comfortable to scale. It's not comfortable to grow. And we need to dare to be uncomfortable, and there is no growth in staying comfortable. You need to step out of that comfort zone. And the biggest part of all this is that we need more of you. We need less copy and paste, and we need more of you, okay? So this is a mindset shifter I really encourage you to do, to shift your mindset from being this follower to becoming a leader, okay? And this is before we now dig into the disruptive marketing. So what is disruptive marketing all about? So it's all about standing out. And as you can hear on the name, it's about disrupting the market in itself. And it's all about standing out. And it's all about attracting the right type of clients, to attracting people that are our people, and actually repel the ones that are not. I'm going to add that there. And it's also about being you, to lean into you, who you are, and bring that to the market. And there is a lot of people that say you need to find a guru, you need to copy that guru and do exactly what they do. And will it work? Yeah, it will actually work, because it's a proven strategy, but it will only take you so far, you know? And if you build an audience that way, what does it actually accomplish? Because that is not a way of building and scaling your business for the long term, but it will take you some far along the journey. But you need to bring yourself into your business. And as I said, you can't stand out by doing what everybody else is doing, and that includes doing whatever guru is doing. Okay. So we are now going to jump in here and talk a little bit about iconic brands. So if you are ready to build an iconic brand that is going to stand out, and it's going to put you on the market and put you on a position of being the go-to person, and a person that people lean into, a person that people follow, a person that people go to for inspiration, and believers of your solution to actually create a following that makes sense. This is what we're going to talk about. So write this down: the competitive edge, your competitive edge, and create a following that makes sense. This is how you become an iconic brand, okay? So what it is a competitive edge. So here, I want you to really think. A competitive edge is your personal competitive edge. So it's something that is going to set you apart from the market, being noticed by the right people. So what do you have? Okay, so I'm gonna share my story, and I'm gonna stop the screen share for a second, and I'm gonna come back to video because I want to share you my story. And when I talk about the competitive edge, I'm talking about something that it might be that you think that it actually doesn't matter for your audience because it has nothing to do with what you do, but it's something that is actually specific for you, that is going to tell people more about you than you think. And in my case, one of my competitive edge is that I was, first of all, a truck driver, but before that, I was working as a car inspector in Sweden. And I was one of 13 female car inspectors in Sweden. And we have thousands of car inspectors in the Swedish car inspector. And when I have worked there for some, I think it was a year or something, I started to work as a teacher. So I actually taught new car inspectors to become car inspectors. That was my job. And from that, I elevated into engineering, and I also elevated to be the quality manager of south of Sweden when it comes to the car inspector. This is a story that I share a lot. Why? Because it says a lot about me as a person, even if you might not think that. So what does this actually say? So first of all, I'm a rule breaker because I was one of 13 females that just jumped in and did this, okay? So I'm kind of a rule breaker. I dare to do things, you know? The second thing when it comes to teaching, I was a teacher for 6 years, teaching new car inspectors to become car inspectors, which means they entered knowing nothing about doing inspection of cars to step-by-step learn a skill. So it tells people that I'm a good teacher because I can take people that have no idea what anything is and teach them step-by-step a skill, okay? And then after that, I was an engineer. That says a lot about me, of my qualification. But after that, I was also working 5 years, the quality manager of south of Sweden. And that tells a lot about my view on things, that I aim for quality in everything I do. The way that I work with my client, I really want it to be quality. That is why I almost all my programs have support, because that is what I feel is quality, is when you have someone there to ask questions, to lean back to say, hey, I don't get it, or can I ask this, where am I going now? And that is quality for me. So if you see on that story, it actually thinks that it doesn't make any kind of sense, but it actually do, because it tells people a lot about who I am, and it sets me aside. That is my competitive edge, because I am the only person in the world that have that backstory. And it doesn't need to be something from your job. It could be something personal. It could be like you were an athlete, for an example, you know, or you were gymnastic, or you were something else that have nothing to do with your work. Some kind of story that is going to help you set you aside, that you think might not be relevant, but it actually was going to put you on the map. And the second competitive edge that I have is, of course, I was a truck driver for 15 years. And that is a story that I share a lot because I built my first fitness business while living in the truck. So even if it feels like it's not relevant for what I do now, truck driving, it actually tells people a lot, and it helps people to understand it doesn't need to be perfect and so on. So I really want you to look at what kind of story do you have that can be used for your competitive edge, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the slides here. So I'm just gonna make sure when I jump back and forward, so I'm gonna stop the video so I don't end up in the text here. So what do you have? I really want you to think about that. If you have, it could be something that you think is irrelevant, but it actually really relevant for who you are. That is your competitive edge. That is how you're gonna help building your iconic brand, okay? The second thing is to create a following that makes sense. So how do we create a following that makes sense? And that is a following that cares. That is a following that pays attention to you. That is a following that is going to be your raving fans, that is gonna refer you even if they haven't been your clients. That is a following that makes sense. So the first thing that you need is trust, okay? And you can't, in today's world, sell and market effectively if and building this trust and or build trust quickly if you have nothing in your marketing to build that trust. And when I say trust, it's like people need to have some kind of how can I say this, a travel. So they see you somewhere and they come across you and they start to like you. And then they start to get to know you, and then they trust you. And when we do live converting events, this is what we aim for, trust. Because in those live converting events, you want to take months to build that, because normally it takes months to build trust. And they need to actually come across your content 26 times before they even take action. And it could actually, if they just follow you, if they just follow your content, it could take them months before they trust you enough to invest in you. In a live converting event, so let's say a 5-day challenge, we compress that into 9 days, because you have some days of selling when it comes to a challenge. It's not only the 5 days, so they are like 9 days, which means that is the trust we are after. Because if you look at the market today, and I can't hardly count on how many direct messages I get where people promise to 10x my revenue, and then I click on their name and there is nothing there that says they know even how to do this. Will I give them my money? No. Why? Because I don't trust them. And the more saturated the market is going to get, the more important trust is going to be. And now it's more important than ever. You cannot do business, you cannot sell, especially high ticket, without building trust, okay? So you need to build that trust. And then the second thing is that you need people to feel like they can rely on you, that you have a story, your own story or your client story that they can first of all relate to, so they can feel like, yeah, I can relate to this. Because if you follow someone and you can't ever feel like you have any kind of relative stories, so you have anything that you can feel like, yeah, I can see myself here, or this person have the knowledge to do this, or this person have been through something, so they have the experience of doing this. That will not build trust, and that will not build a following that makes sense, okay? So you really want to kind of have reliability in your content to be able to build that following, if that makes sense. And it might be like, let's say you help women losing weight, for an example, but you have been fit all your life. Then it's going to be like, yeah, it's easy for you to say. I mean, you haven't even needed to work for your weight, and you are telling me what to do? No, I don't trust that. I don't think that is at all anything that I feel related to, or anything that I can stand behind, you know, that kind of thing. And you can actually see it sometimes in other areas or other niches as well, but I took that as an example. But a relatable story could be like you have helped hundreds of women to lose weight, right? So there is maybe a guy that had been fit all his life and he's now helping overweight women lose weight. So he needs to share their stories. He needs to share how he helped these women lose weight. And in the beginning, it might be that you do not have any client stories. So you might have friend stories. You might have stories where you have helped your friends accomplish something or gone through something, you know? So you need to kind of think, what do I have that I can put out there that is a story that is relatable, that is people really feel like, yeah, if I lean into this, she actually have been through this, she have helped people, she have had clients doing this. It's not just something that you show up and say, I can help you lose weight. Yeah, but I have been fit all my life and I haven't helped anyone and I don't actually know what I'm talking about, because people will not relate to that and they need to relate to it. People need to relate to whatever you put out there. That is really, really important. And this is the foundation to what you want out of when you create a following that makes sense. So how can we do that in our marketing? Because that is the biggest question. How can I build this trust in my market? How can I build this that people feel that they can rely on me, or they feel my content, they can relate to my content? How can we build that online in our marketing? Okay. So this is how we do marketing in my programs. And this is kind of a strategy that I have been taught, that I have elevated into how how it works the best for my clients that are starting out and start building their personal brands, because this is a really simple way of creating content to build this following that makes sense through our content. So it works almost like a triangle. So take out pen and paper and write this triangle down. And we are going to go through the levels. So you have 3 levels of the triangle, and this is your content online. So this is your content that we are going to put out online. So the first kind of bottom part, that is the biggest part, that should be your biggest part of your marketing, is your teaching part, your value, the how to do things. We call it the how to content when I was taught this triangle, and I like to kind of call it the value, because it doesn't always need to be telling people how to do something. It's everything valuable. So here you add something so people understand that you know what you're talking about. People can go to your page and they can learn something. You have information there. You teach them actually how to do things, not only the what, but also the how, so they can take something from your page and go out and take action on and see that, wow, she knows what she's talking about, because this actually works. You know, not only you say to people, you do a posting and say to people, yeah, if you want your people to follow you, you need to put out content that is relatable, but not how to do that. So you're going to feel, yeah, I know that, but how do I do that? That is the question. So you want to make sure that the value that you bring to your market actually helps people. And this is something that is missing out on the market space. This is a huge gap, and it's a huge gap in all markets, because we are so secret, because we don't want to give away our formula, because we think people will not buy from us, right? And I talk about this a lot when it comes to building challenges, where people think, oh, I can't give away too much because people will not buy from you. Well, people will buy from you when they know what you teach actually works for them, you know? So you need to help people. You need to help people. You need to get rid of that strange mindset that is going on out there, and actually help people, bring value to market. And this is really easy when it comes to doing marketing in other people's groups that don't allow promotion. And this is something that I can't get my head around, is that the only thing we aim to do when we come to groups are promote. But it's not about promote. It's about helping. It's about provide value. Actually go in and help people, you know? But this should also be the biggest part of your marketing. So let's say, for an example, we're going to make this simple, that we post 5 times a week. So we're going to make this really, really simple. Let's say you post 5 times a week on your Facebook profile, for an example. So we make this as simple as possible. Then this should be your biggest part. So at least 3 of your posts should be teaching, bringing value, teaching people how to do things. So when I land on your page, I know that you know what you're talking about, because that is the first thing I look at. If you have a profile and you have not provided any kind of value, I would never invest in you. That is the fact. Because how would I know that you know what you're talking about? Yeah, that is the fact. That you have the knowledge, the experience, or whatever that is. I usually watch for live videos, because I believe that live videos is the #1 thing to build trust. Is going live, because then people can ask you things. Then you show up and you speak to people directly. So that is the biggest part. This is this huge part down here. So let's say we post 5 times, at least 3 posts should be, minimum 3 posts should be teaching, bringing value to a market, okay? The next step up here is the hope part, that is the inspirational part of marketing. And the way I was taught, which is called the conviction marketing, we call it hope. I like to call it inspiration as well. So here people go to you because you help them get unstuck. You help them when they are down, or when they feel like I can't do this, or when they're almost giving up hope, they go to your profile and you bring inspiration to them. You bring hope to them. Unfortunately, this is a part of marketing that actually sometimes is really, really, really tacky if it's done in a wrong way. And that is when people just share quotes they have copied somewhere, when it becomes kind of sleazy. When you do this kind of marketing, I really encourage you to go a little beyond that, okay? To actually start sharing your stories, your client stories. When you were stuck, when your clients were stuck, short inspirational quotes that is going to help your audience to take the next step, or to go out there and say, oh my God, I needed to hear that today. Thank you so much for telling that story. Doesn't need to be long stories, and you have a lot of stories. And in my disruptive marketing, we actually craft 5 different kind of stories that we can take nuggets from to build this hope inspirational part in our marketing. And because you do not only want to be a source of teaching, source of information, you also want to become that person that people lean into, because you bring them something extra. You make them feel good. You make them get unstuck, and they are gonna encourage other people to go to you. And I have had this person in my life for a long time, and I still have him. And that is a coach called Hussein, a coach called Hussein. I just lost his name. And as soon as I have felt stuck, or I feel like I can't do this or whatever, I go to his Instagram and I just start watching his content. And I leave feeling, oh my God, I can do this. Next year, I'm going to be a billionaire, you know, that kind of thing. That is what you want. Okay. But this is shouldn't be the biggest part of your marketing. So let's say we post this 3 times, maybe 1 or 2 posts should be here. So maybe we do 3 teaching posts, and then we do 2 inspirational posts. Okay, stories, testimonials, I land under here. Storytelling, all kinds of storytelling, quotes, everything that is inspirational land here. But it shouldn't be the biggest part of your marketing. Sometimes when we feel like right now when we are in a recession, I do a lot of inspirational posts because I want to encourage people that it's a cycle, and it's going to be a cycle, and we're going to come back. I really want to inspire people to keep on moving, to not put their business on the shelf. So I do a lot of this. So this can sometimes be more or less of this, but it shouldn't be the biggest part of your marketing. But it needs to be there because people need to know that this can work for them as well. If you don't bring any kind of inspirational or hope for your clients, they have no idea that, yeah, this sounds good, but yeah, it's not going to work for me because I'm not there, or I'm stuck and I don't know how to do that, or I mean, I work full time, so I can't build my business. And then I go share my stories that I built my first business living in the truck. So if I can do it, you can do it. Come on, you know? So that is the second layer. The smallest part of your marketing, but the most underrated, and not a lot of people have this in their marketing because this can actually be kind of uncomfortable. So a lot of people do not do that, and a lot of people don't dare to do that because they're afraid to give away their strategies or whatever. This is where you need to share your convictions, your beliefs, and your why. This pyramid comes from conviction marketing, which is all about sharing your convictions, you know? And why, first of all, is this important? So this is important when you want to build the following that makes sense and repel people that are not your people. Because when you bring your beliefs, your convictions, your why into your marketing, the people that are going to stay are the people that already believe in your solution. Other people need to go, okay? Because they are not your people. They can go out and try whatever they want to try, and they can come back, okay? When it doesn't work, you know? So here, let's say, but what's really important when it comes to this that I really need to say to you, this has nothing to do with polarizing posts. Like unpopular opinion, you can't lose weight by counting calories. End. That is not what I'm talking about. That is not good marketing, okay? That is polarizing posts, and those were kind of popular for a couple of years ago. And the only thing with this post, the only thing you're after is people to fight in the comment section to work the algorithm, you know, and I don't work with that. And I don't believe you should either. I mean, that is putting something out there that you actually really don't believe in, because we all know that it works. It would be like if I went to the market and I said, ads don't work, never ever do ads, unpopular opinion. Everybody knows that ads works if you do them the right way. Everything works if you do it the right way. So that is not what I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about is when you share your solution, your superior solution, how you close the gap and how you help your clients with a problem in a superior way compared to what is out on the market, with bringing it back to your why, okay? So it could be, for an example, that in my case, I help clients scale by doing live converting events and sell one to many and serve one to many. So in my case, it could be, for an example, don't do funnels. Do you really want to have 15-page long sales funnels with a lot of tech, with a lot of expensive programs where you build absolutely no human connection with your audience? That is going to take them through quizzes, going to land on your email, and then into a call. You need to take on a consultation, and you need to close the client. Do you want that, or do you want a simpler way? Because I have a better way. And my way is to invite people to get a problem solved live and build a connection with them. And then I convert them without doing calls. That is how I share my conviction. because I so strongly believe that live converting events is a superior way of selling one-to-many compared to funnels. But I don't burn funnels down because I know they work, but I provide them with a better solution, which means people that believe that ads is the superior solution will not continue following me. So it will repel those people, but at the same time, I am going to get believers on my side that already believe in my solution, which means when I hand them an invitation to join one of my challenges to help them build out workshop on their own, they're going to say yes, because they already believes in that solution that I provided, that it was a superior solution. And it could be like, I don't think that anyone should start by building the web page. You can actually grow to 7 figures without the whole web page on your own, because a web page is something a lot of people get stuck in. I believe in going out and have conversations with people to start there. So I could do a post saying, you don't need a website to hit 6 figures. And this is why. And then I can stack why I so strongly believe in that you do not need that. And I could share a story on how getting stuck and investing things you are not ready for and so on. So when it comes to this beliefs, conviction, your why, it needs to be tied back. And what does this also do? If you have all these 3 layers in your marketing, and I land on your page, I don't only understand down here that you know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're talking about. You're teaching about it. You provide value. You tell me tips and tricks that I can take and I can take action on. You know your shit. I'm going to refer you to anyone that want to learn about this. I also see posts where you share stories, testimonials, your own stories, inspirational, hope. So if I feel a little bit stuck that I can't do this, you are there and you are actually helping me. So all of a sudden you are more than a coach. You are actually someone that put your hand on my shoulder and say, you're going to be all right. You're going to make this work. Don't you worry. We're going to make this work. That person. But I also find this. Why you so strongly believe that your solution is the superior solution to whatever is out there. What does it tell me? It tells me about your passion, that if I enroll in your program, you so strongly believe in this. This is your passion. This is tied back to everything you believe in. That is what's going to help you set aside. This is how you build the following, if that makes sense. A following of raving fans that are going to refer you to other people, even if they haven't worked with you. This is the pyramid. This is the layers. You can add more layers. We do have more layers in our marketing, but this is the biggest layers, the layers you need to bring in your marketing. This shouldn't take over. You shouldn't have a page full of things that feels polarizing. So let's say we have our 5 posts. We have 3 or 4 posts down here. We might have 2 or 1 post here, and maybe 1 post every week or 1 post every second week. This content works really, really well on LinkedIn. Really, really well on LinkedIn. It's attract an audience on LinkedIn. This is what we use when we want to have, we kind of want people to open our content and keep reading, because we can start with the polarizing part, like, you don't need a web page, listen up. And then I share my convictions around that. Or don't build a sales funnels, listen up, give me a moment. And then I share my view on why you shouldn't start there, right? So it's not like polarizing in that matters, because that is not the marketing that we work with. So this is how you actually build a following that makes sense. I hope this makes clear for everyone. Yes, I will come back to the questions. Yes, I will come back to questions, and I will gather questions. So you're gonna get the questions in under the recorded video. Okay, so you won't be miss that if you need to go. So what does it do? What does disruptive marketing actually do? It builds your credibility and authority online, okay? because you know what you're talking about. There is no question that you know what you're talking about. There is no question that you believe in what you are doing. There is no question that this is not something you just saw online and you copy it, because you so strongly believe in it. You have your own stories, client stories, friend stories. You share your beliefs, your conviction, your passion about this topic, your solution. It also builds your trustworthiness and reliability online, because people are going to trust you. This is why a lot of marketing doesn't work, because we don't build any trust. But this is a way of building trust, and building trust fast just by doing your marketing, with just marketing on its own. This is what's going to build that brand you need, that tree, grow that tree you need to get leads for life. So this is what you really want to focus on. Maybe not right in the beginning if you're just starting out, because lead generation is number one. But when just doing lead generation is really short-sighted, because this is what's going to help you get those leads for a long time in the future. It also builds your uniqueness, because you are the only, and I can promise you, the only person with your stories, with your convictions, with your competitive edge. You are the only person. All of a sudden, you go from doing what everybody else is doing, copy and paste, to have your unique marketing out there that is only for you. No one can copy it. No one can be you. It's totally impossible. Totally impossible. So it builds your credibility, authority, trustworthiness, reliability. It also builds your uniqueness. Okay. This is what disruptive marketing can do for your marketing. Okay. So this is, let's go back to this picture. So if you now want to craft some posts, I want you to think like this. So let's say you want to post just because it was so easy to count off 5 posts every week. Or let's say 4 posts every week, so it's even simpler. You want to craft down that you want to give value in 2 of those, okay? Then you decide you want to have 1 hope post, 1 inspirational post that gives people the feeling that they can do it as well, or they get unstuck. And then I want you to write down 1 belief post, 1 conviction post, that where you share your why you so strongly believe in this. And why, whatever is out there, why doesn't that work? Right? Think about my don't do sales funnels, do this instead, scaling your business, okay? So you can now start crafting these kind of posts, and you can do some kind of plan from it by having this as your biggest. And sometimes, some weeks, this might not be there, because this might not be a post a week. It might be a post every 2nd week. This should be really for your focus, the value part, okay? And that is what's going to help you build that iconic brand. It's going to help you build this trust that is needed. You cannot do business today without building trust with your the audience. Totally impossible. Totally impossible. Just look at all the spammy DMs you get with absolutely no kind of trustworthiness behind, okay? Just compare to that. And that is not where you want to be, okay? So when it comes to your messaging, so when it comes to what you now put into these posts, so we have now decided what kind of posts that we are going to do. We now also need to put some messaging inside it, right? We need to write things, and this is something that is really, really important. And one big problem entrepreneurs have today is to stay consistent. And I'm not only talking about posting consistently, I'm also talking about being consistent in our content. So this is going to help you stay consistent, as well as the triangle is going to help you stay consistent in posting, because now you don't need to wonder, what am I going to post? You can just think, oh, next month I want to have 2 hope posts. So what am I going to post? I'm going to post about this story and this story. Boom, you have 2 posts, right? But something that is really easy to end up is a cycle of being all over the place, to actually have a message that speaks to no one, or it's a message that actually aim for too many people, which means when we try to talk to everyone, we talk to no one. So when it comes to your messaging, this needs to kind of get niched down. And you will find your way. So in the beginning, it might be that you speak to a broader audience, but when you get to know your clients, when you start have conversations with them, this will be more and more clear along the way we go, okay? And the number one thing, this, speak to needs. This is the most important. And this is the part where most people struggle when they cannot attract or close their clients. And why do I say that? So one reason why a lot of content don't attract the right audience is that we speak from our own experience, expertise, what we know what people need. And there is no question that you know what people need because you are the expert, right? But that might not be that they know what they need. So when you write on social media about what they actually need, you will not be able to attract a cold audience. What they need, what you know they need, is something that needs to come in the nurturing process of people that are already attracted, okay? So when you want to attract an audience and you want to create content that is for all cold leads to nurture that audience that is out there, it needs to speak to their needs, what they want, what they need, the problem they say they have. And I had this discussion today because I have a client that is working with health and wellness, aiming for moms, and there was a word there that I reacted to. Yeah, but these moms want to be healthy. Do they really? Is that the word that they used? Or did they say, yeah, I want to look how I looked before I was pregnant, or I want to feel kind of when I put on the bikini, I don't want to feel like the stomach is hanging over the bikini, or I feel like not sexy anymore, or I feel I don't look good in a bikini. I want to lose weight. I want to have back the flat stomach. I guess that is what they actually need, because if people wanted to lose weight to be healthy, everyone would have lost weight, because that would be the most important for people. There is nothing more important than be healthy. That is the fact, right? So you need to ask them, what do they actually want to hear about? What are their needs? What kind of problems do they say they have? What kind of struggles do they say they have? What kind of emotions do they have around these struggles? And what kind of result do they want? What kind of desires do they have? What kind of goals do they have? What kind of dreams do they have? They have. And it might sound tacky to tell people, yeah, do you want to lose weight without giving up the cupcake? But if losing weight wasn't important for people, they wouldn't buy pills that promised them to lose 10 kilo in 10 days. If there was a magic pill that promised to lose 10 kilos in 10 days, that pill would sell. That is the fact. That is how tacky it can feel, but that is the truth. And when we have been in business for a while, this is usually a bigger problem than in the beginning. Because when we have been in business for a while, we are so convinced that we know our audience, which means we start getting unaligned with their needs, okay? Because we are so caught up in our own business that we actually don't really get it anymore. So this is something I encourage my clients to do, is to do this kind of questions all the time. When it comes to your clients, when it comes to your audience, just go out and ask. So one example could be like I have when people join my group, I ask, what is the biggest struggle you feel right now when it comes to scaling your business? And this is for market research. And I always have the top 3, 4 in a Google sheet. So I always try to target those needs. And what kind of result do you want? And I always target those results. Because if I would have spoken about what people actually needed to do, tracking numbers, know your numbers, setting goals, understand your dream client, whatever, that wouldn't attract an audience, because my people don't think they have a problem with that. Okay. So it needs to speak to their needs. It also needs to be in their language, and don't use words people don't understand. I mean, if your people use the words get clients like I use, my audience use, that is the word that you should use. These are what we call keywords. Because when people go on Google and search, will they search for how to be aligned with my mindset to attract a unicorn client? No, they search for how do I get clients? No, how do I lose weight? How do I grow on Instagram? How do I get a LinkedIn connection? How do I sell without feeling salesy? That is what people search for. That is where you want to end up. You need to use their language. They need to understand what you are talking about. Make up your own words will not work, will not be, it might look cool, but it's not a good copy. Clear over clever always when it comes to your copy. Okay. So it needs to speak their language so they actually understand what you're talking about, otherwise you will lose them. If they don't understand, you confuse them and they're going to be like, yeah, I don't get it. Okay, I'm going to leave because I don't understand this. Number 3, your messaging needs to be simple. Make it simple. Don't overcomplicate this. And when I see sometimes long posts, I sometimes ask myself, could you have said this to me in a more simple way? Because we try to make things so complicated, but it doesn't need to be. When it comes to lead generation, this is a big problem, because we think people need 15 minutes for you to invite them, but they don't. They need 1 sentence for you to invite them, saying, hey, do you want to learn how to change the way you see food so you actually can lose weight and have that bikini body before summer? Please sign up for my workshop. The link is in the comment section. They don't need more than that, okay? They don't need you to explain in 30 minutes and then just because they're going to feel like if they want to join your workshop or not. So when it comes to lead generation, you need to go simple. But this comes to everything. Don't complicate the words. Don't complicate the sentence. Don't complicate things just because you think it looks better. People need to be able to understand, because you might feel like, yeah, it sounds so good, and they don't get it. They just feel like, wow, didn't you go a little bit over the top here? I didn't need to read all that. So the more simple you can be in your messaging, the better. And every copywriter know that we always speak about clear over clever and to simplify things. And we are master at doing things the difficult way, to complicate things for us. And if you feel marketing and lead generation is exhausting as it is, why do you complicate it? Why don't we go back to simple and use simple words, simple sentences, that speaks to your audience, okay? The next one, when it comes to core outcome, is really important, because we have a tendency to be all over the place. And if I follow you, if I want to trust you, I want to know that you can provide the outcome that I want, and you are not all over the place. And you can have different kind of small core outcomes. So let's say what I work with. I help people stand out online, okay, by doing marketing, but I also help them to stand out online by doing live converting events that sets them aside from the market and becoming the expert at something. So that is a core outcome. A core outcome is also convert more clients by sell to many people at the same time. The scaling process is always sell one to many, and I do it with live converting events. So everything is combined to one thing, scaling. So my core outcome is scaling your business. But in that core outcome, I do work with marketing, I work with lead generation, I work with sales, and I work with systems. Okay. So in my program, I have small outcomes that I can share, but everything is tied back to a core outcome. It's not that I next week share how to lose weight on my profile, and the next week after that, I talk about ads that is completely something different in what I do. And the next week I feel like, no, now I'm going to help people do network marketing. Now I'm an expert at that, because you cannot be an expert at everything. Make sure you focus your messaging on a core outcome, but don't be all over the place. Confused people do nothing. Confused people leave. Okay. Then the next part, consistent, and that, as I said, this is a struggle for a lot of people. The disruptive marketing is going to help you stay consistent, because you now have layers to aim for in your market, right? In your marketing. One thing that is also important when it comes to consistent is to be able to post consistently, right? Because you cannot build trust if you disappear somewhere a couple of weeks, you come back, then you disappear again, then you're there. Because if I buy from you, I want to know that you are there, that you don't disappear for 2 weeks, you know? So you need to be consistent in showing up for your audience. You need to be in front of your audience all the time. When I say all the time, it feels like, yeah, now I need to post 3 times a day on my social media. No. You can be in front of your audience in different kind of way, but you need to be consistent in whatever you do. The strategy you pick, you need to stay consistent. Don't jump from one strategy to another. That is not going to help you. That is usually where freebie seekers end up, because they never stick to one strategy and bring it full cycle. But when it comes to your messaging, staying consistent, the simplest way of staying consistent is to reuse content. If you do a 15 minutes video tomorrow, that can be broken down into 3-5 minutes videos. That can be broken down into 20-30 seconds videos that you can use in Reels. You can take the transcript from that 15 minutes video. You can do a lot of text posts. There will be a conviction post. There will be a hope post inside. There will be, you share some kind of quote, you share some kind of inspirational thing that can be a digital design. Repurpose content, because when you do that, your messaging will always stay the same. It's when you start crafting new content, new masterclasses, new workshops, new videos, new everything all the time, that it's easy to end up out of messaging, out of being consistent in your messaging. That is also going to help you with this. That is also going to help you with this. That is also going to help you with this and with this. Because when you start getting your head around this and you repurpose that over and over again, you will always do this. Can you change it a little bit? Yeah, of course. Even if you repurpose it, you can change it. You know, you can change some words. You can re-record the video. If you don't feel like that was good enough, re-record it, but you still have the same content. So what is important to stay consistent in your messaging is that people need to come across your content a lot of times, at least 26 times before they take action. If you're not consistent in your messaging, people will take even longer, because they're going to end up on your profile and going to think, yeah, but yesterday you said that we don't need it to do ads, and now you talk about doing ads. I don't get it. I don't get it. You are not consistent in what you're talking about. Okay. So this is important. Be consistent. Be disruptive. And that is the whole market. My market strategy is built around to disrupt the market with the content. Dare to interrupt. Be a rule breaker. Go out there and say something that you so strongly believe in, even if people don't believe in the same way. You know, you need to dare to interrupt. You need to break rules. You need to take what is out there and turn it into yours. You need to stop the copy and paste mindset of it. Okay. And the last part, your messaging should be you. We need more of you. I want to read more of you. I want to see more of you. I want to be able to go to your page and see who you actually are, when I land on your page or in your group. I need more of you. I need your stories, your beliefs, your convictions. And I need your words, how you would tell it, not how your guru would tell it, how you would tell it. Even if you take that guru's post, you need to rewrite it to your words. So you bring you into your messaging. So your messaging needs to speak to your dream client's need. It needs to speak in your dream client's language. It needs to be simple. It needs to have core outcome. It needs to be consistent. It needs to be disruptive. And it needs to be you. Really important, the last part, okay? So this is the whole idea of disruptive marketing, how to disrupt the market and how to stand out online, how to have a message that is interrupt the market and have a message that is going to elevate above the noise. This is what's going to help you build that iconic brand. Instead of being this 1 in a million, you are going to become the category of one, the person that people will refer to. So as soon as they think about the problem, they think about you. You are the person that is going to solve that problem. When they think about a solution or an outcome, they think about you. You're going to become that iconic brand. This is what's going to help you attract an audience. You're going to get raving fans. When you have this kind of audience, they don't need to be many. You don't need that 300 leads per day and target whoever is out there joining your group. You actually need just a small audience, right? Just need to take some water. So this is how you build a following that makes sales, a following of raving fans, okay? And this is a strategy that I have only taught to my high ticket clients, the clients that are inside my Get Client Success Lab. And they pay $3,500 for being 6 months in that incubator. So what I have done that I am going to give you, everyone that are in this masterclass, and it's only this masterclass, okay? It's only provided here. So what I have done, because I think this is really, really important for everyone to start changing the copy and paste mindset that is out there. I have taken this disruptive marketing out of that program, and I have put that in a smaller program, just the formula in itself. And what is inside there? So this is an invitation to join the disruptive marketing formula. So you have all the foundation when it comes to marketing. We talk about the principle of disruptive marketing more deep than we have done just in this hours. We have all the layers and how you can bring those layers as well into your program, how your program in itself can be tied back to these layers. We have differentiators, what is going to set you aside from the market. We do 5 different stories. I think it's even 6 different stories that we can work with, that we can create stories from, that is going to help you stand out on the market. We have content and copywriting module, so you will get help with your copy, how to simplify it, how to find the words, how to write copy. And we have disruptive marketing use, how we can use it on social media, and how we can use disruptive marketing in your content strategy. This is what is inside that disruptive marketing formula, the steps that we work with, okay? And this is a brand new pre-launch, so I added some bonuses. So everything this is up until Sunday. And then it's not available until we launch this, because this is not launched yet. So this is just available until we launch this. So you will get lifetime access to everything that is inside. That includes all the updates. So if I update the material, which I always do, because I believe in updated material, which means I run live trainings for my clients. and I record everything. So if I want something re-recorded, I run a live training and I put it up. So you get all the updates as well. We have a support group. So you're going to join my membership support group where we host weekly Q&A sessions. So you're going to join the weekly Q&A sessions. So you can actually ask any kind of question. So there is support, there is accessibility to me and my team to ask any kind of question to help you with your marketing. As a bonus, you also get my clarification module that I have put in this program, because before you go out and do your marketing, you need to clarify your dream client. You need to clarify your offer. You need to clarify your money-making title and statement. You need to clarify your niche. So we don't go to market with an unclear message, because then we are going to create a following that actually don't make sense, because they're not going to buy from you. So you get the clarification module that is also only available for my high ticket clients. But I'm going to add that as a bonus, so we actually go to market with a clear mind, okay? When we do the pre-launch for this, so the pre-launch is going to go out in August. When we do the pre-launch for this, we are going to launch it at a pre-launch price, $990, and the normal price later will be $1,500. But when we pre-launch it, it's going to be $990. For people that join from this masterclass that is going to be up on a replay until Sunday, you can join for half the price of that. So this is the pre-launch price for anyone that enroll now when we haven't launched this yet. Okay. The disruptive marketing formula in itself is not new, because I have had it for my clients, but my high ticket clients is the only one that have been able to access it. And I'm now gonna launch it in August for $990 as a pre-launch price, and I'm offering it for you for $450. So that includes this bonuses, okay? The clarification module, weekly Q&A sessions, the support group, and lifetime access, which means when I launch this, I might have added some things or changed some things. You get access to that as well, okay? If you're paying full, you get one-to-one strategy session that is with me. It's a 60-minute strategy session. You can even get a payment plan on those $450. That is $95 per month for 6 months. So you can actually enroll on that and get the $50 off as well. The link to join this is this, and this link is only up until Sunday, because this is a discount link. So make sure you write this down. It's bit.ly, then it's DMF, Disruptive Market Formula, easy, 50 off, that is 50% off. So it's an easy link. So it's DMF 50 off. And that link will be posted below this video of the replay page, because this video is going to go up on a replay page. Everyone is going to get this replay in their email inboxes. For you who haven't signed up, that are on YouTube, that are on LinkedIn, and you want to have access to the replay, just write in the comment section, and I will make sure you get access to the replay. The replay will only be up until Sunday. And Sunday midnight, the replay goes down, and this offer goes down, and we are going to start working with the people that grab this offer, and we are going to not launch this until August. Then we're going to open the door again, and we're going to run a masterclass for this specific disruptive market formula. So this is only up now until Sunday, so make sure you grab it. So write that down. That is bit.ly/DMF50 off, okay? So the disruptive market formula 50 off. That goes directly to a discounted link. So when you click and you end up on the checkout page, the 50% is already taken off, and you get the 50% off from the the payment plan as well. I just lost it there. So make sure you write that down, and I'm going to see here if I can go back to camera mode, because I don't share that. So this is the disruptive marketing, and When it comes to so we can just look at, we have a recession, right? And it has been going on. It started last year, in the end of last year. We started to make changes in the beginning of the year. The world is kind of catching up now, and people are kind of scared. And there will be less saturation? Yeah, because now a lot of businesses go out of business, right? Now it's not a time, as I've said to my clients, that now is not a time to lay back and wait. Now it's not a time to procrastinate. Now it's not a time to say, yeah, I'm going to launch that after the summer, or I'm going to launch that next year. Because in a recession, you have winners and you have losers. Unfortunately, the winners are the one that is going to benefit from the recession, because in a recession, money switch hands. Money transactions, they switch hands. So in a recession, you're going to have people, entrepreneurs, business owners, whatever, that is going to benefit from the recession. They pivot depending on the recession, and they know now it's not a time to give up. Now I'm going to give even more, because I am going to benefit from this. They know this, so they are already working. They have been working on it since late last year, right? Then you have the what they call the losers. That is the one that is going to go under due to the recession. So they are going to be paused and left behind, okay? So whatever you do now, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't take vacation, that is not what I'm saying, but whatever you do with your business right now, I really want to encourage you to keep on moving, to make sure you benefit from this recession and you go out even stronger, earning more money, grow even more in this recession, because now you have your chance, because there will be a lot of businesses that goes out of business. So if you take this, what you have learned, and bring that into your market and start building that iconic brand, yeah, you are set up for success during the recession, because you are going to stand out even more when a lot of businesses go out of business, right? The market is to be smaller after this. Not yet, because we might have 6 to 24 months left, but it's a cycle. We're going to come back. Everything goes in a cycle. We do not need to be scared that we are in this, because it absolutely makes sense, especially after COVID, and a lot of countries owe a lot of money, right? So this is just a natural cycle that we are in. So we don't need to be scared. As a business owner, this is not a time. This is a time to actually act as a business owner and make sure that you benefit from this recession. So I really want to kind of encourage you to, whatever you do, take action, work your way through it, go out there and just bam, whatever you are doing, just keep on going. And do you need to pivot something? Yeah. And you need to maybe provide something to your market that is more relevant, or something smaller if you have really high ticket offers, because people still spend money, but they are now doing things they haven't been able to do for 2.5 years, right? That is number one. They haven't been able to do things for 2.5 years that they really want to do now. But they still have money, but they invest in different ways. They invest in things that are relevant for them right now. So a lot of us, we don't change anything. So we just kind of pivot into asking people, what do you really need right now? And one thing people really need right now is how to stand out. And that is why I pulled out the disruptive market formula to be able to people to access just that part of my incubator, so they can bring that into the marketing to be able to stand out now during the recession, when it actually becomes less crowded. So the offer is up until Sunday. You all get an email after this when we have uploaded the replay on the replay page. On that replay page, you're going to have a link to the offer, so you can just click on that link and you can access the offer. When you access the offer, you're going to end up in a course. And you're going to get an email with a link to the Facebook group. In the Facebook group, you're going to have the link for the weekly Q&A sessions, okay? And those are going to continue. The Q&A sessions are going to continue. So I host Q&A session in my membership every week. So you have those Q&A sessions every week. So because that runs in my membership. So thank you so much for today, and we are gathering all kind of questions. So if there is questions under the replay, there will be frequently asked questions that you can actually check if you're the answer to your questions, because we do have a limited time. I want to really keep this as short, as compact as possible, and all the questions will be answered on the replay page. We're going to be like a frequently asked questions under. Thank you, Catherine, or on Zoom. Thank you, and thank you on YouTube and LinkedIn as well. Thank you so much. I hope this was something that you can take action on and you can benefit from. Okay. So thank you so much, and I hope I will see you inside Disruptive Market Formula or in my group. So take care. Bye.